Hello, 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 my beautiful queens. As always, I love to be here with you guys in this safe space where I get to share and you get to listen, but hopefully we are all having breakthroughs together. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in to Big Queen Energy. You know what's funny? The other day, because I listened to podcasts on like 1.25 or 1.5, and the other day mine came on and I was still listening at that speed. And boy, was it hard to understand what I was saying. I'm imagining that if you listen to the show regularly, you're probably listening to me on the regular speed because apparently I talk really fast. I did always know that, but it was just a funny realization that my brain must work a little bit quicker than the average person for me to spit words out this quickly. All right, guys, I'm doing this at the end of the day today, which is not something that I normally do. Normally, I bang this out first thing in the morning so that it's ready for you guys on your Monday mornings at the end of my week. Just like how I get ahead of schedule on it. And today, a million and one things came up. And guess what? I did it later, but I got so much done today and I am just like in the best mood. So I hope this energy of positivity and excitement is rubbing off on you. Today we were going to talk about a really important topic, the consequence of ignoring your purpose, or rather the consequences, right? Because there are many. I did a brainstorm right before this and I came up with 12. And so I'm going to share all of those with you here. But first, I want to ask you a question, right? To really get you into the headspace. If this is something that you've been thinking about, maybe you have been questioning yourself, what am I doing? What is this for? Why am I doing this job? Is this connected to my mission, to something greater for me or for this whole planet? Am I actually on the path, any path, right? Am I ever going to get on the path? If you maybe don't feel like it, then sometimes after long enough, you start wondering if you're ever going to get there. If you have access to that laser sharp focus, that alignment, that purpose, that abundance that other people have. And I am here to tell you, guess what? You fucking do, Bill. You absolutely do. There have been messages coming to you. And I was you. And so I know from experience that you have been in a process of ignoring these messages. And that's between you and God, you and source, you and you. But the fact of the matter is that when you learn to get quiet more often, when you learn to be less busy more often, it's easier to hear. It's easier to receive. It's easier to access your gifts, your true source of power, and listen to your intuition. So if you clicked on this episode, you're probably clicking on this from a place of fear. And it was designed to do that, to give you a little nudge that if you're worried about the consequences of not following your purpose, then either one, you got to make some changes at work, or two, you got to dig down in deep and figure it the F out. And maybe all of the above, right? If you are starting at ground zero at the beginning stage of purpose. That would be a good episode. I have a framework on the 4 stages of purpose. So if you guys want to hear that next, shoot me a DM. Let me know. I love to create consciously with you guys and for you guys. So please let me know. It's just at Nicole Rose Stillings on Instagram and TikTok. We're doing lots on the TikTok. So check it out. And don't forget to subscribe and share this message with someone who would be thrilled to receive it. Maybe it's not you, but maybe you have a friend who's really in this place where they know they're supposed to be doing something bigger, greater, more meaningful with their life, and they are scared to leave the circumstances that they are in right now. And a lot of this is based, let me back up and just say that when we are coming at anything from the perspective of fear, it means that we are living in the ego mind. There are two minds. There's the ego mind and then the spirit mind, the ego mind and the higher self mind. your physical body and the energetic version of you. There's lots of different ways of saying this, whether you are more spiritual or into the metaphysics of it all, or religious even, right? It could just be you on earth and God, the God part of you. But the fact of the matter is that there are real consequences that you will suffer here on earth until you come into alignment with your divine assignment. And you may already be experiencing them. And so this might just be the confirmation that you need to go and do the work to get to the next level. And you all know we have an amazing quiz that will help you understand exactly what stage of purpose you're currently playing in, will reveal your purpose persona and give you personalized tips to get to the next level. So drop down in the show notes and grab that link and get in there if you are really concerned and already feeling any one of these consequences. Because the fact of the matter is that it starts small and then it has a ripple effect. So if you're not living in alignment, things are going to start feeling more and more out of whack. You're going to be experiencing less and less success in the career and in the job that you're in. You're going to hit a financial ceiling, and it's just not, it's going to continue to break, right? So that you have this total rebirth, so that you come back out into the world as the person that you were born to be, that you were meant to be. And look, I had a total and utter breakdown to get here to this point where I am happy, fulfilled, joyously serving, using my gifts every single day and making great money. But I had to have a total and utter breakdown and meltdown. And I didn't even listen the first time or two. And I don't really want that for you. So what are the signs, right? The consequences of ignoring your purpose? Well, you're going to be working against the universe, against the universal laws, the laws of nature, because we were all born with this mission. We all have a specific mission. When we signed up to manifest on earth, we knew we were given a soul assignment. And so for you to come here and get totally derailed and distracted for decades of your life and do something utterly different is going to feel like internal pain, like you're being ripped apart on the inside. And when you're ignoring, you'll also be ignoring the law of attraction, right? So you won't be experiencing the juicy goodness of momentum, of divine timing, of synchronicities just coming to you and extending you further and helping expand you, and people, places, and things just showing up at the right time and making your life so much better, excelling you in your career effortlessly. You will not experience that if you are ignoring your calling. So you will also experience a lack of momentum towards your goals. And then this will also manifest as a lack of motivation. You're going to think something's wrong with you or that you're lazy. And the fact is that you're not. You're just not in alignment in the right ways. You're not happy with what you're doing. It's not using your gifts the way you're meant to be of service and who you were born to be in the right ways. And so as that well of momentum slows, as the flow slows and your motivation slows, you're going to really start questioning everything. And that can lead to burnout, because then you have to take more action to keep up with the results that you were getting when you were first excited about that job that you were doing. Okay, another consequence. It's not being authentic to your true self, right? Like I said, your soul has a mission. We all have a mission. Before we manifest on earth, we are aware of it. It is a soul contract. We know that we're coming here. And so then to come here and let your ego distract you, let this physical reality distract you and go do something totally freaking different is inauthentic. And you're going to feel it. And that can manifest as a lack of confidence, a whole slew of other problems, addictions, etc. So another consequence, you're going to be wasting your most valuable resource, time, right? And if you are not living in alignment, then you definitely are feeling this lack focused mindset around time. You never feel like you have enough of it. You're always rushing around and racing around. You're always tired. You're always trying to do the most. You're trying to live from your action body, not your energy body. And the time is one of the greatest teachers on earth. And our job as we ascend through the levels of purpose is to learn how to use time to our advantage, not against us. And right now, if you're not living in alignment with your purpose, you are literally using your greatest resource against you. And like I said, that's going to feel like pain. A lot of these are going to feel like pain. So one of the consequences is just this cognitive dissonance, the separation that you feel on the inside from who you're living as in the 3D physical reality and who you've really grown and developed into in your inner being on the inside, in your soul, right? Inner being is an Abraham Hicks term, but we all have one. Is that some people have one and some people don't? Some people like Maseratis and some people don't. It's just, no, everyone has this internal compass, this inner being, this soul. And some of us choose to listen and some of us choose to listen more and sooner and others don't, right? And so then you grow further out of alignment. And as this gap, let's call it, this gap between who you're being and who you really are grows, you start to resent yourself. This is the worst part, because our whole job here on earth by A Course in Miracles, right, is to forgive ourselves so that we can forgive others, to experience salvation while we're living. And you can't forgive yourself if you are not activating on your purpose. It's impossible. You'll always be mad at yourself. Even if you don't realize it on a deep level, you will resent yourself. And guess what? You're going to resent other people who are living in their fullest expression. And you're not even going to realize why you're judging them or why you're doing it or why you're scrolling the gram and being a fucking hater. But that's why. That's the root of where your jealousy is coming from. So, kind of said this, but this is really important and probably obvious. You will experience a lack of abundance. At some point, you will hit a financial ceiling. This happened to me in my DJ career. I hit a ceiling, couldn't go further, lost the motivation to go further, lost my momentum, burned myself out. So yeah, a lot of these consequences that I'm explaining to you are from my exact experience, or I wouldn't be able to give you such a detailed roadmap of what happens when you go down the wrong path, when you just purposely move in the wrong direction, or maybe unpurposely. But if you're listening to this now, you're conscious of it. You become cut off from your spiritual resources. So what do I mean by that? When you are not following your purpose, when you are not activating on your divine assignment, when you are not living connected to your higher self, you're going to be cut off from intuition and your spirit guides, and it's going to be very hard to receive the messages that you need to continue ascending in life, to create more abundance, to become more fulfilled. So you're going to be in this habit of practicing not listening so you can shut off that voice that's constantly shouting at you, that's going to get louder and louder, that you're not moving in the right direction. You will also start to build faulty beliefs and values about the way the world works that are hard to shift. It's essentially you'll be creating the wrong paradigm of the world. And I did this in my 20s, and it made it really hard for me then to go out and rebuild my career and not be able to afford the same lifestyle that I was living in, all the fancy Chanel bags and Louboutins. And I don't know, the shit I actually truly don't care that much about anymore, but it made it, because I lived in this wrong paradigm of the world, it made it harder for me to shift and come out as my authentic self. I also felt like everyone was going to judge me and hate me, and that every single person I knew from my past life on earth was literally going to leave me or make fun of me. Maybe you feel that way too. And if that's an insecurity that you are dealing with, oh, my heart goes out to you, Boo, because I think some part of me is still shifting a little bit of that. So what all of these really lead to, another major consequence, is just steadily declining self-esteem and confidence. And what happens then? Steadily increasing anxiety. Purpose anxiety is what we call it. And it goes a step further than that. I hate to fucking say this, but potential depression. I spoke to a woman today who said that sometimes she wonders if it's worth living without knowing her purpose, and maybe you feel that way. I don't want you living another minute like that. And I know that pain because I felt it too. Whew! All right. Well, I just flowed a lot at you guys. I did not write that. Wow. And I just wrote, and it's 14. So 1444. So 444. That is about spiritual guidance, y'all. So I hope you took this in. You might want to play this again because, like I said, I talk fast as hell and I just ripped through those 12 consequences of not connecting to your purpose. So if you're feeling those, take that as a sign that this is your moment, boo. Big shifts are coming for you. Get back into alignment and let me help you. I want to support you. I want to be that person for you. I freaking love doing this. So the best thing I can offer you is a drop down in the show notes or click the link in my bio. It's the first one, baby. And it's all about our new quiz on is your work in alignment with your purpose? Okay. You're going to get what stage of purpose you're currently playing in and tangible personalized tools to help you get to the next level. I want to do everything I can to see you exceed in my lifetime here on earth. So I would just love to support you. Go and take the quiz. If you want to, instead, you want to bypass that because you know you got a problem, boo. Book a breakthrough call with me. We will drop that link below too. Also in my Instagram bio. Can't wait to connect with you guys one-on-one. I just love supporting you on your journey to fearless creation. Now go out there and get that.